Welcome, it's Vic from SpyTV, and today we're doing the Tarantula Tag 2 video. So let's get on to that. I've been excited to do this one because I've seen there's some nice questions there and some that provoked a bit of thought. So luckily it's taken a bit of time for it to get to me, so I had a little bit of time to think about what answers I'm going to do if I got tagged. Fortunately I have. So let's get on to those questions. Right, Tarantula Tag number 2, question 1 is, if I could keep any genus of tarantula, what would it be and why? Favorite genus? I would say for me, it's a tough call between the Brachypelmas and the Grammostolas, but I would choose the Grammostolas, I think, because first of all, the first tarantula that I ever kept, although it wasn't a successful keep, was a Grammostola pulchripes, the Choco Golden Knee. I loved that tarantula, it was really great. Plus I like the Brazilian Black quite a lot, the Grammostola pulchra. And of course everybody knows Grizzly, my little Grammostola rosea, which I've got. That's probably my favourite tarantula out of the ones that I keep. Plus obviously there's quite a large range of tarantulas in the genus, so which means I'd be able to keep quite a few. So but I like the chunkiness of them. I like that a lot of them are, or the ones that I kept and the ones that I know about, are generally a lot more docile, kind of chilled out species, and yeah, that I like about them. So for me, Grammostolas. Right, question number 2. What advice would I give to a new tarantula keeper or a new keeper in the hobby? Right, advice for beginners. I don't know if I should really be giving an answer on this one because I'm a beginner myself, but I suppose if I had to give anybody any advice, I would say if you're not sure about anything, choose your favorite YouTube channel and post a question on the video to the person that's giving the video. Generally all of the people that are in the community are really great at answering you and giving you positive feedback on what they would do in any given situation, or how they would handle things, or what they would do. So definitely find out from the people that know, and you know, if there's a question that you've got. Definitely people like Dave from Eerie Arachnids, Tom Moran from Tom's Big Spiders, Marilyn Moore, John 3800. There's a lot of people out there that have got a lot of knowledge. There's Mark from Mark's Tarantulas in the UK. Look, there's hundreds of them, but I look at those. I just named some of those because I've learned quite a lot of from those people from listening to their videos and watching their videos. So that would be my advice to somebody is, if you're unsure about anything, don't be afraid to ask. Go onto YouTube, post a question on the video that you're watching. The person generally will reply to you and give you some solid, good advice and good information. So I suppose that goes hand in hand with research as well. So and as you know, research is probably the most important thing to do before you get into any kind of hobby, particularly in tarantulas, because there's just such a variety of classifications, if you put it that way. You know, some are very easy to take care of, some are a lot more complicated, some are very docile, others are extremely defensive and will bite. So yeah, definitely ask questions and yeah, watch videos and get yourself educated that way, or do and obviously research. Question number 3. What is one positive change in me that I've seen related to the tarantula hobby. I think a positive change in me is how I relate to people. I think I relate a lot better to people since I've started with this channel. It's given me a little bit more confidence speaking with people and putting my videos out there. I was very nervous about doing that previously. I think everybody knows that. But I've started to gain a lot more confidence, and I can be a little bit more wacky as well, be myself, which I don't know if it's, I think it's an acquired taste, but my sense of humor. But I have felt a lot more able to relate to, or not to relate to people, but to communicate with people and get more communication going with people. So yeah, and I've made a good few friends here as well, within the Tarantula Facebook community, and that's been very good for me as well, and that's also helped me to grow within myself. Yeah, so also with the way I speak as well, I think the videos I've had have given me a little bit more of a nudge into speaking better and more clearly, because with the South African accent, I think people get a little bit confused sometimes with our mannerisms and the way we say things. So it's helped me to kind of slow down a little bit and talk a little bit more clearly. Although I do battle with that sometimes. I forget and I start mumbling again, but I'm hoping that I am speaking a lot more clearly than I was when I initially started these videos. And yes, so I think that's two things, but okay. Question number 4. What do I regret bringing into my collection, and what do I regret not getting when I had the opportunity to get it? Well, what I do regret bringing into my collection is, well, it was that assassin bug that I rescued from the swimming pool. Look, I got, it died, but I got eggs out of it. So it did lay eggs, and I managed to get 10 nymphs out of it. But eventually all of them died. I was trying to feed them. They ate the first pinhead cricket that I put in there. I crushed the cricket, and they ate it, or they ate from it. They drank water, but after that they didn't eat anything. I tried various options: flies, mealworms, dead crickets, because they had that already, and they just didn't eat, and eventually they just all passed away. So that was one regret, because had I left them outside or put them outside, I don't know if they would have had a better chance, but they possibly would have. So I don't know if it was something I did, but that's what I regret, because they all died in my care. And one thing, or something that I regret not getting, is, well, there's 2 tarantulas I regret not getting. They were both at the store at the same time. I was contemplating getting both of them, but I decided to walk away and decide later, and when I came back, neither of them were there. And that was a Enclosure was the one, and the other one was a GBB, a Chromatopelma cyanopubescens. Everybody knows the GBB, and that is probably one of the tarantulas that I would keep. If I only had one to keep, that was the one I would probably keep. And I've never seen one in the store again, so I don't know. That I regret, because it was at a good price as well, and I just couldn't make a decision between the 2, and I left both of them, and both of them got sold, and I never have seen either one of those in the store again. So yes, so double whammy answer, but GBB and Enclosure. Right, we're on to question number 5, which is, what is my favorite aspect of the hobby, and what is my least favorite aspect of the hobby? Right, the least favorite thing in the hobby for me, I would say, look, there's nothing wrong with a healthy debate, but I think certain times the debates get a little bit too heated and people begin to start making them personal. I think that's, for me, is a thing that I really could do without. I really don't like having to listen to arguments of for whatever reason, and people begin making personal comments and things about one another and that kind of thing. So that I'd prefer if that never ever happened, but people are people, so that you'll never get away from. But that for me is the negative part of the hobby. There's people that know a lot, and then there are other people that will think that person that knows a lot is arrogant when the person gives advice, when they're just trying to help. Things are just misconstrued, and personalities clash and that kind of thing, and it just escalates, and it goes nowhere, but it goes into a place where it's not fruitful or positive for anybody. And the thing I like the most about the hobby is that my hobby is now inside my house, and I can stay at home with the kids on the weekend, and it's right here with me all the time. It's not like when I was doing archery, I'd have to go out of the house and drive however many kilometers to where I needed to go and go and shoot for a bit and then come all the way back again. My hobby is right here in my office. I can have a look at my tarantulas any part of the day, and it's really great for me. I can keep an eye on them. I feel happy that I'm doing a good job. I'm checking on them all the time, and for me it's great. I like having them right here with me. And also I've made a lot of friends, so which I would never normally have made. I would never talk to people and I didn't know. I was a more shy person. I think in a one-on-one situation with other people, I won't approach somebody new and go and talk to somebody. But it's made it a little bit easier for me using the videos to connect with other people. So that has been a good thing as well. Okay, we're on to question number 6, which is, if I could do a collaboration video with any other YouTuber, who would I choose and why would I choose that particular person? Right, question number 6, I think it is. Who would be the person that I'd do a collab with if I had the choice of doing collab with anybody? It's difficult to choose. It's like the same as the first Tarantula Tag. Everybody asks who's your favorite YouTuber, and there's like so many of them that I don't know. There's a lot of people that I would do a collaboration with in a heartbeat. I think though for me, I look at just to make a choice. I think for me it would be Eerie Arachnids, Dave. Reason for that would be I get on very well with Dave, and we're quite similar in a lot of ways. I just like the fact that he's got so much knowledge as well. Plus he's got quite a big collection as well, so there would definitely be no shortage of material for the collab video. But definitely as a person, Dave and I are, we're quite similar, and I think we'd really get on well if we stayed in the same neighborhood. We'd probably be visiting with each other almost all the time. So for me, that would be my answer, Dave from Eerie Arachnids. So if I'm in the States, Dave, if you ever watch this, I'm coming to your house. Right, question number 7 is, how do I feel about handling tarantulas? Okay, on to handling tarantulas then. For me, how much interaction would they have with humans if they were out in the wild? None. So for me, the factors are, firstly, do I know if I am allergic to any of the venoms or the urticating hairs on any of the tarantulas that I'm keeping? And the answer to that is no. Question, do I want to find out if I'm allergic to the venoms or the urticating hairs of the tarantulas that I own? And the answer to that is also no. And then what did the tarantulas actually get out of it if I'm handling them? And the answer is pretty much nothing. I don't know if they enjoy it or if I can't pretend that I know whether they like it or not. but I can count on my one hand how many times I have held or handled a tarantula since I began with the hobby. So look, obviously for me, I just don't want to handle them because I'd rather have them sitting in their enclosure, in an environment that's as close to nature as possible, without interaction from me. Obviously there has to be some kind of interaction because they're captive and I need to feed them and I have to water them. So yeah, that is the interaction that the maximum interaction that they should be getting from me. Not to say that in a rehouse or something might go wrong and I'll have one running up my arm or something like that. But that really doesn't even really count as handling, because it's not intentionally done. But I wouldn't intentionally open the cage or an enclosure to handle a tarantula. That being said, there's a lot of people that handle theirs all the time, never been bitten, and they know the temperaments of their tarantulas. So it's up to you as an individual what you want to do with your pet. For me, my choice is not to handle them. Question number 8. What was my biggest mistake in the hobby thus far? Well, my biggest mistake in this hobby was expecting that one tarantula was going to be enough. I thought I'd buy the tarantula and I'd enjoy it and I'd sit and watch it, and when you start realizing how much variety there is out there, you want to get the next one, you want to get another one, you want to get another one, and so I've got 5 now, and that's nowhere near enough. I still want to get. There's a whole lot of them that are on the list. But yeah, I think the biggest mistake is not realizing how addictive this hobby can be. Question number 9. What are the goals that I have for my channel? Right, goals for the channel. I think my main goal when I started this was to, obviously I liked the hobby and I saw everybody putting YouTube videos out, so I thought, well, let me do that as well. I didn't know how successful it would be or how well I'd do at it. But I wanted to actually do it because I wanted my kids to have something to look at. When I'm gone one day, they'd be able to see me doing a hobby that I really enjoy, and they'd be able to have, I don't know how many hours of video footage of seeing me, and it sounds a bit self-absorbed, but I would have liked for them to be able to look back on things and to see me as I am right now while they're young. But as far as the channel itself is concerned, I'd like to grow the amount of animals that I have in the channel. I've only got a few, but there are plans for me to grow that, hopefully in the near future once things settle down on the financial front. But not only that, but I think the main thing for me is to know that I'm putting out videos that people are enjoying, and obviously I rate that by the amount of likes I get and the amount of views that I get and the amount of comments that are coming in. Everything has been quite positive, or most of it has been quite positive, which is really encouraging. So I'm hoping that that's just going to continue, so hopefully we keep this moving, and I'll be able to gradually increase the amount of animals that are in the collection, and in so doing just grow to a point where I'm comfortable with it, and then obviously have more content to put out. I don't want it to get to the stage where it's a chore for me, and I wanted to get it to a level where I'm comfortable. I've got an amount of animals that I am comfortable working with and taking care of, and I don't want it to go past that point, because once it gets past the point of enjoyment, then it becomes a job and a chore, and it's not fun anymore, and that reflects in the content itself. So I'm just hoping that I can start moving closer to that goal in the near future, and I hope you guys are with me. And so anyway, thank you. Question number 10 is give 3 shout outs to 3 other YouTube channels. First shout out would be to Don's Tarantulas. Very nicely presented channel that. Don's really great as well. He's in the UK. got some nice tarantulas, he's just got some ants as well. Very clean videos as well. I really enjoy the content, so have a look at Dance Tarantulas. Shout out number 2 goes to Adam the Invertabarian. I love that guy's channel, and such a great guy as well. We've become friends as well, so just on a personal level, he's really a nice guy as well. So I love the channel. He does it with his son, who he calls the wee man. And then thirdly is Andrew from Andrew's Tarantulas. He also a fantastic guy, really nice channel. I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn, but he's got some new additions that might be a little unexpected coming up soon. So I don't know, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn there. Andrew, if I am, you'll have to message me and keep me hiding. But yeah, so those 3 channels: Dance Tarantulas, Invertabarian, and Andrew's Tarantulas. 3 top-notch channels. I enjoy all 3 of them. I watch them quite frequently. So great, thanks. Please subscribe to those 3 guys. Cheers. Question number 11 is show my favorite enclosure that I've built or made. Okay, this is my favorite enclosure of the ones that I've made. I haven't made it, I just kind of set it up. But this is Grumpy Stripes. He's actually out for a change. This is the male Nandu chromatus, which is called Kratos. Yeah, and I like his channel. I like his enclosure. He really messed it up from what I made it originally, but so I can't really say I made it. He's made this. Question number 12 is Dave's question to me, which was, if I was a roach, which tarantula would I like to be eaten by, and why would I choose that particular tarantula? Well, you'd have to put up a tarantula lineup so I could see who's who and who's going to be attacking me. Look, I wouldn't like to be eaten by a tarantula anyway. But if I was a roach and I was going to be eaten, and I had the choice of what tarantula would be doing the eating, I think I would, based on what I've seen in the hobby, I would choose the Acanthoscuria geniculata, purely because of how quickly and viciously they take down their prey. I'm hoping that would be a quick and painless death. So I think that would be the one for me. I think I would choose the Acanthoscuria geniculata to kill me and eat me if I was a roach. Oh, Dave. Right, and now it comes to the stage where I have to tag somebody else to do the next Tarantula Tag. This particular tag, the Tarantula Tag 2, we have to ping pong between the east and the west. So I need to choose somebody that is on the other side of the ocean, which is somebody in the States or Canada or North America, South America, Canada. So for me, my choice would be Alex from Tarantula Haven. I really love his channel. I enjoy the content, and I like him as a person from what I've seen from him and how he presents his channel. So yes, for me, the choice is Alex from Tarantula Haven. You've been tagged, and now let's get on to my question to you. Okay, and now we get to my question to Alex. So Alex, my question to you would be, I know that you're a teacher, and obviously teaching has a lot of rewards because of your interaction with people and you seeing people grow. But my question would be, if you had the choice to change careers and become an arachnologist or an entomologist, would you take that opportunity to change into one of those fields, or would you stay where you are as a teacher? And what would your reason be for either changing or sticking to your current career? Right, so that's it for me from Tarantula Tag 2, and thanks a lot for watching. I hope it's a bit of a long video, so I hope you guys got right through to the end. And yeah, I really enjoyed doing this one. But yeah, so if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Leave me comments if you like. It'll be great. It's always nice to have comments from you guys. And yeah, give us a like and see you in the next video. Bye.